Hi, Kerry Nelson, psychic medium here. Thank you for joining me to start with. What I wanted to talk to you today about is mediumship and just give you some details as a psychic medium myself and how I actually get my information. Now, mediumship is the medium of minds, and what that actually means is if I had a client in front of me and I was connecting to their loved one, what I'd actually do is I'd look over just above the side of their head to be able to get into that space within my room in my head to be able to get those messages. And how I actually get those messages, you could actually say it's a little bit like charades. So I'm opening up my senses, I'm stilling my mind, I'm not thinking about what I'm going to make for dinner. I am totally just in that space of connecting to spirit, and I'm letting everything else go. And what they actually, spirit will actually do is they'll use my life experiences to be able to relay the messages through me. Okay, now the one thing that I have to be very, very careful of is assuming. So even though they're using my life experiences, and they can't make us smart, unfortunately, because when I get up there, I'm going to have something to say about that. But it is seriously all about our life experiences. So with that, it's about delivering the message and keeping it real and keeping it simple and not putting in any assuming into that. Okay, so what you do is, it's the senses that they open up is see, which is clairvoyance, hear, which is clairaudience. Okay, you've got your clairsentience, which is your feeling. So I've got the see, hear, feel, and the know, the claircognizance. Okay, so it is, they'll pull it all together. Being in the industry for over 10 years, they're using all of those clairs. Oh, and smell as well. Sorry, I'll add that in. But they're using all those clairs as well to be able for me to deliver a message. Okay. And as I mentioned about assuming before, I'll give you an example. I had a young lady come in, and she wanted to connect to a friend that had passed away, a work colleague. And one of the scenes that the work colleague gave me, he was coming through loud and clear, was them sitting in the gutter. Now, what I actually did was, I remember when I was young, and we used to sit outside in the gutter waiting for the streetlights to come on back then, to be able to go inside and Mum would have dinner for us. Well, he's shown me them sitting in the gutter, and I just said, oh, you knew him as a child. Okay, so that's the assume. And she said no, and I thought, oh, why did I say that? And if I get it wrong, any medium gets it wrong, spirit is an intelligent life force, so it's not them getting it wrong, it's the delivery of what they're giving us, it's how we've actually given that out, that actually it's the medium who will take the message the wrong way, if that makes sense. Yeah. So what actually happened was, I went back then, I thought, okay, what have I done? So I've actually said, okay, what I'm to my client, what I'm actually seeing is you both sitting in the gutter. And she said, yeah, every Friday we used to do that after work. Okay, so seeing how you can go down that way, and it's us, it's the mediums that do. And it can happen, we're human. But it's about then going back and going back, don't just letting it go, going back and peeling back that information, because spirit will always be right. Okay, what else can I tell you about mediumship? I think that's all I want to say for now. I want to keep these short and sweet. I intend to do more of them. It's my very first, so thank you for joining me. Actually, you know what I'll leave with you? That, our loved ones, they are around us. That they're 3 feet away. They're on a higher vibration to us. I call us where we are in the physical, the pea soup, okay? But they are very much close, and never ever doubt that. As much as you can go to a medium to get information like life evidence and information about your loved one, that will, it's something for me personally. It's not, I can't take away that pain in a sense of all your grief, because that's something that each and every one of us, we have to go through, because that's the flip side of what love is. Okay, and in this world, hey, if we didn't have love, who'd want to be here to start with? But what a medium does is they're able to take that edge off. You know what I mean? To get that validation, and we all still have to go through that grieving process, but it certainly makes it a lot easier, or a lot lighter to know that. And for me personally, Mum, she passed away in 2016 on New Year's Day, and that was 2006, I should say. Time flies. 2006, and that opened my doorway. I always had this all my life, but I wanted answers because I could feel her around me. I could smell her body scent, and I knew that she was somewhere, and I wanted to know that she was okay. 2010, I lost my husband Gary to cancer within 7 weeks. I knew 4 years earlier that we wouldn't unfortunately grow old together, and he was the most amazing man that I've ever met. My dad, that was 6 months later. I was doing readings at the Crystal Shop in Camden, and I walked out and I said to Faye, the owner, a beautiful owner of the Crystal Shop, it's really weird. I'm bringing through someone that's had a heart attack, and what happens is when someone has a heart attack, it's like this squeeze that I get when I'm bringing through someone who's passed that way in the spirit world. And I've walked out of finishing my readings going, hey, what's going on? Why am I still carrying this? And little did I know that my dad had actually passed away the night before. He sat on the bed and just went straight back, and it was Dad. And I was driving home trying to get him, which I had that morning as well, and picked my boys up and said, we've got to go check, and we found him. And I thank God that I was in this industry, because I really don't know how I would have handled losing virtually all my family now gone, besides my 3 children and my immediate family. And I know that they're in a better place. I know that I call this the hell. And when I say that, I am a very positive person, but we come here for learning lessons. This is what this whole crazy life is all about. We choose to come here, and we have many, many lifetimes, and it is all about learning. And even our loved ones in the spirit world, or the ones that are here, we can choose also to live other lifetimes with them. They're called soul groups. And not to say we're going to be male, female, we get all those choices. Whether we're gay, it really depends on the experiences that we need to learn. Okay, not all of us learn the experiences, and you find that situations in life, similar situations, or people can come into your life and you think, oh, that's really weird. Well, yeah, it's all about learning. But at the end of the day, as much as I say it's hell, I know that no matter how bad you are, you still go over to the other side. It's not the one more other important thing we're here for is unconditional love, okay, acceptance of others. Because if you think about it, as much as we're all equal, you have got people here that haven't had as many lifetimes as what other people have, and they're still newbies and they're still learning. They're the poor me's, or the ones that cause us grief, and blah blah blah. And it is acceptance and not taking on board all the other things that people want to throw at us. And I can remember I've done a lot of channeling, I won't even call it that. I've just talked to my guide, and I asked him once for an inspirational quote for the day. I sort of throw that in now and again, and he does pretty cool things that he says to me that just make me smile and grow within myself. And he said to me once, it's just as bad to be offended as it is to be the offender. And it's so true. You've got to let things go. You can't change people. It's not what we're here for. We're here to learn, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. So I'll leave you with that. It's been a pleasure in my first ever video to leave you with this message, and in the coming years and coming months, I intend to do more of them. So enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks again.